Hey everyone, so I'm just going to do a quick comparison between the Aaron Alexandro suit and the Vatsy Studios tasm 2 suit. Um, so they're pretty much basically the same. Oh, there are slight differences and slight similarities. So I'll be putting up videos and I'll also be putting pictures in this clip. So to start off with Aaron Alexandro, what you see is what you get. You get the quality for what you pay for. Honestly, I would, if anything, recommend Aaron over Vatsy, and we'll get into that shortly. So with Aaron, his response times are good. Um, he lets you know if you have any questions. He responds and he tells you exactly what you need to know. In terms of quality, his quality is there. He lets you know if there's going to be delays. He lets you know if it's going to be early, and he's just a great maker in general. He makes a range of suits at the moment. No Way Home, Far From Home, I believe Homecoming, and also now TASM 2 and also TASM 1. So yeah, with this, I had to do a few modifications on this. For example, separating waist zipper. I also installed my own boots, accurate to the movie, and I also included my own soles. This is also an attached mask, whereas Vatsy is also a detached mask. Terms on the back, you have your red spider, which also has a black border, which is a key point with the back spider. It kind of just brings out the spider a little bit more. In terms of quality, the quality is just great. I can't fault it. Obviously, I've worn this for a few months now, so it is starting to sort of show a few signs of wear. Only place of wear I'm seeing really is on the back of the neck on the blue, and also on the fingers. But obviously, I've been climbing, I've been posing, I've been doing photo shoots, so that is expected. Bear in mind, I've had this for a few months. Now onto Vatsy. So this is more than what I paid for Aaron. So with Vatsy, his communication is poor. He's ignorant, he's rude, he's arrogant. He airs your messages if you have a request. He doesn't bother mentioning anything. He will answer you if you're going to buy something, but as soon as you send him money, that communication is terrible. From experience myself and through friends that I've known, and also other people that have let me know their issues. So this is a detached mask. The two big differences between Vatsy and Aaron: the spider is in the wrong place compared to Aaron's. Aaron's is 100% accurate as far as I'm concerned. This is not accurate. This had so many issues with it, and it still does. I've still got to do modifications to this suit. For one, the neck is too long. It wrinkles and it's way too long, and the zip just flares out at the back of the neck. The spider is in the wrong place. The spider is slightly inaccurate in terms of the design. Aaron's has the correct design where it has 2 layers, and you can clearly see that, whereas Vatsy, you can't. Terms of quality wise, the blue is already cracking and it's not been worn out to conventions or anything. It's only been worn for trying on the size, and it's already cracking. It did not come with the separating waist zipper like mine. I've had to do that myself and install that myself. This actually was claimed by Vatsy to be accurate like mine. He even said it would have this type of zip, and it didn't. It actually came with 2 separate zips on the waist, and you couldn't get it over your head to wear. So that was a disappointment that he claimed it was correct and it wasn't. So again, you're giving false information. Also, the zipping in every place is terrible. The sewing work is terrible. He can't sew this suit properly. He's sewn over web lines. The pieces just don't match up in certain areas. Some areas are tighter, some areas are looser than it. You know, considering the measurements were given exact proportions, and also extra measurements. As far as I've been told, measurement wise, you gave every point: bicep size, wrist circumference, leg length, arm length, neck circumference, chest size, waist size, etc., etc. And he didn't listen to this. The worst part of this suit, which I will probably say, is the hands. The hands are the worst. The hands are not sewn properly. They are sewn baggy. They have not followed the pattern that they have been given. By the way, this is a McLean pattern, probably the easiest pattern you could sew for TASM 2. It's a shame that it wasn't sewn properly. Like, when this was received, especially on the back, bear in mind, this has been worked on, so it doesn't look as bad as it used to. There was holes and rips along the waistband. There was also some weird stitch marks in the red squares for some reason. They still are reminiscent there. The back spider isn't accurate like Aaron's. Aaron has that black border. This is just your standard pale red. I would say this is more of an orange than a red. And again, the only thing that is similar between these two suits is that it has the rear back zipper. The waist zipper I've done myself. McLean pattern has always had boots like a sock, whereas Aaron came like a flap, so you had to like pin it and then glue it and all that stuff, which was a bit of a pain, but it came out great. Whereas with McLean, not Vatsy, you don't have to do that. Another thing with Vatsy, there were rumours that he stole patterns and claimed them to be his own when they weren't. Stole face shell designs that weren't his and claimed that they were, etc., etc. People received shells and lenses that came damaged. My friends have ordered with certain requirements, for example, an attached mask, but got a detached mask and came with two masks. Requested boots to be installed. No boots were installed. Terrible response times. My friend requested some replacement lenses from theirs being broken, and they haven't heard back for months, but they've been reading them. Batsy has been reading the messages. So when I posted my opinions about this suit on another platform in a review comparison to someone else's suit, obviously their suit was much higher quality than this because it was a different suit. It was a Spider-Man No Way Home suit. This is a TASM 2. He responded in a negative way. He wouldn't accept criticism. He wouldn't accept the problems that were given. For example, the bad stitching, the rips, the pops, poorly printed quality, the cracking, the high price point for what you pay, the request that the ignorance of messages, blah blah. And in the end, he just put the blame onto me. Said I was the one in the wrong, that I was lying, and etc. But I'll put clips up if I can. But yeah, now that I've modified this, it's a bit better. I won't say it's 10 times better, but it's slightly better than what it was. So if anything, go with Aaron. Go with Aaron. Don't go with Vatsy. If you want to be ignored for months on end and receive something that you didn't ask for, or receive something that's damaged, then by all means go ahead. But honestly, I would not recommend this. Again, lots of work to be done. So by all means, check out what work will be done by the time this is hopefully posted. And yeah, this is HS Cosplays, and this is my comparison between Aaron Alexandro and Vatsy Studios.